Hi people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I get to look at characteristics a good project manager should have. Anyone. We've all been in project management. All of us run projects in our homes, in our workplaces, and the things we do. These are projects. Projects is something that has a set objective, uniquely identified, has a timeline, and has aspects of finances you're going to use for this project, and the timeline and the human resource you're going to need for this project. So as a good project manager, these are key skills you need to have. These are some of the things you need to have as a good project manager. One, a good project manager takes ownership of the whole project. As a good project manager, you have to really have ownership of this project, knowing that the deliverables you've set for this project is you who has actually the mandate to deliver on this project. The whole project is yours to manage to see that at its end is achieving its objectives. Two, you have to be a proactive project manager. A good manager is a proactive project manager, proactive communicator. When you know that maybe our project has gotten a hiccup, we're not able to deliver on this deliverable at this time, in this time period, you communicate to your team. Or in case of financial constraints, a good project manager should be able to openly communicate to your team that, you know what, we have financial constraints and we're not able to deliver on this activity or project deliverable. And then a good project manager should be able to adequately plan for your project. Plan for your project from its inception to the end line. That is going to be our inception phase. This is how we're going to implement our project. This is how we're going to monitor our project. This is what we're going to see to help us see that we've achieved the project objectives. This is how we're going to do our end line evaluations. Yeah, so a good project manager should be able to adequately plan for the project. The whole full process, assessing the risks of the project, how they can affect the project, how you as a project manager make sure that these risks don't affect the project. You know, there are negative risks and maybe positive. One must negative, so you have to assess. And then in terms of quality, what kind of quality deliverables are we going to deliver? If it's a construction project, what kind of quality house or building are we going to deliver? If it's a community-based project, what kind of interventions are we going to do? And also the quality of its impact to the beneficiaries. So you should be able to adequately plan your project from inception to end line. Then a good project manager is not authoritative. Is authoritative but not authoritarian. Yeah, a good project manager is authoritative in a way that they lead, they guide the team on what to do. Not authoritarian that they demand, they dismiss the team. No, they are actually leaders. A good project manager is also decisive. As a project manager, there are ways and other key aspects where you need to actually be very decisive. Indecisive, that you may find that something is going to affect the project and you have to make a quick decision how to curb it so that it doesn't affect the project. For example, you may be a project manager and you find that, you know what, maybe you're running a health project and you've assessed the risks. Maybe there's going to be an outbreak in using data and facts, the trends, and you see that, but you know what, we can curb this outbreak of this before it escalates with this maybe vaccine. Yeah, so you're decisive on a certain decision that needs quick decision making. And also you're decisive, you don't keep changing your decisions. Yeah, and a good project manager should also be a very good communicator. Communication is the key skill for anyone to have in any work environment you work with people, so you should be a good communicator. Good communication to the different levels of stakeholders you work with. This can be your project team, this can be partners, this can be donors, this can be the stakeholders and beneficiaries. All these are teams you work with and are supposed to communicate with, and you should be a very good communicator, proactive communicator, and a good communicator that, stating their deliverables, their roles and responsibilities for these teams, what they are expected to achieve in a given time frame. If there are any highlights or updates on the project, you communicate according to the different levels of stakeholders you work with. And then a good project manager manages data by facts, makes a decision by facts and data, not based on optimism. Yeah, it's good to be optimistic, but it's very important as a project manager to make decisions that are based on data and facts. Data and facts meaning that you're basing to make a decision maybe on whether we can scale up this smart agriculture intervention to another district or not. You base that on facts that we've done this smart agriculture intervention in this district with these community groups. How has it been? Have the farmers achieved more production with this technique or have they not? Can we scale it up? Yes or no? Depending on how it performed. If it is performing well, you can scale up that project. Also, in relating also to research projects, if you've done a research, a breed, and it's working out or it's not working out, you make a decisive decision but based on the data and facts that are presented to you, not on optimism or it will work. No, you based on the critical data and facts that is available for you. Then a good project manager should lead by example. Very well noted. If you tell people what to do, you should be able to also do what you're telling them. Lead by example. In terms of time management, if you're always telling people to be on time, also be a good time manager. You don't call people for your meetings as a project manager, then you come late, and then you expect the people to also come late. You're not preaching the same gospel as you're doing. Yes, a good project manager should lead by example. Anything you set out to your team, you work with, you lead, you want them to be, you should also be that. Good project manager should also be able to have very sound judgment. Sound judgment is very key, that you analyze, you critical thinker, and you make sound judgment, not based on bias. Yeah, because you may be faced with conflict and you have to make a judgment. As a good project manager, you should be able to make that sound judgment. There should be a motivator. As a leader, you're a motivator. You motivate your team, you encourage them, you train them, you're a mentor to them to see that they deliver on your project deliverables or business outcomes. Then you should be diplomatic in the way you keep your communication and interaction civil with everyone. Yeah. So, and you should be able to delegate. A good project manager is also someone who easily delegates. You're not a project manager and you want all the work for you to be the one doing it. Yet you know other people on your team that are competent enough to do that work. So you can delegate that work to them and trust them that they can deliver. It's also a way of nurturing and mentoring and sponsoring people to actually also go to maybe to the level. So a good project manager should delegate. That's it today on characteristics of a good project manager. Your role as a good project manager should be, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.